Alrighty, welcome back, or welcome to another back day video. Almost on the weight we wanted it to be on. So, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and all the other YouTube pleasantries that come along with an intro. I post videos every day at 3 a.m. for all my real hustlers, bustlers, grinders, gangsters, and gainers. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think probably by the time this comes out, we'll be at 700 subscribers. So we'll get sappy here in a minute, but because I'm at 699 as of right now. So hopefully I can accoutre one more before I go to sleep tonight. Anyways, today is day Road to Pro 168, I believe, of the Road to IFBB Pro all the way up to the Olympia. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Like I said, big back day today. Just did some straight arm lat pullovers with a normal lat pull down bar over here. A little harder than I'd like to admit, honestly, but I think once we get moving into the bigger back movers, we'll do good. Usually back day is one of those days I can rely on that's going to be good no matter how bad it goes. Not very busy for a Thursday, which is pretty sick, so let's do a set and I'll tell you about my day and all the fun pleasantries that came with that. So I've also never done this style of lat pull down before with the D-ring handles on the mag grip, and I could probably just do the mag grip, but the last back day they had this lat pull down bar that was, the grips were a lot more like this. So we're just going to really focus on that, and I think the main gainer here is that we've added probably 2 or 3 inches of length. So we'll be much more inclined to really squeeze down, trying to get this bar to hit our chest. So 185 pound lat pull downs, here we go. Oof. Yeah, still full stretch on the way up. So, super cool, exciting news that I managed to do today. So I got my blood work done, which is awesome. So what does that mean? Well, that means I cheated on my diet a little bit. I know. At the end of every video, I always say, stay tough, hit your macros. But hear me out here. So my plan was to go donate blood. Right, you're out of blood. You need a whole bunch of micronutrients to make new blood. So I was like, I'll have a little pick-me-up. I want a little Rice Krispie. Get a nice good back pump today. Right, I can have a little pre-gym snack. But when I went to the doctor's office to go get my blood work done, I pull up, I'm third in line, like as soon as the doors open up, and we go upstairs, walk up the stairs, ping, 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 ping. Everybody checks in, right? The 2 people in front of me, they go, all right, sweet, I'm next. All right, some guy walks in, doesn't even sign any paperwork at the counter, and they're like, hey, is Daniel here? Yeah, I'm right here. Okay, we'll pull you back. All right, cool, whatever. Maybe he had an appointment, and he just got lucky by the skin on his teeth. No sweat. But then like 3 other people who showed up way after me, like got to go before me, and I'm like, what the freaking heck, dude? Like, this is getting kind of weird. Did somebody lose my paperwork? And so usually when I go and get my blood tested, it takes like 5 minutes, right? But I'm sitting there just sitting in the lobby for like 45 minutes. I only get a 30-minute lunch, if I'm lucky most days. And so I'm kind of starting to tweak. But then this lady comes over from the doctor's office next to this doctor's office and is like, oh, hey, we'll just go do it over here real fast. Sure, man, I don't care. And so we go over there, and then she jabs the thing in my arm, no blood. I was like, uh-oh, that's weird. So she wriggles it around a little bit, boom, starts coming, fills up like 4 vials, and that's it. And I'm walking out, and I'm like, dude, it's been like 50 minutes, 20 minutes over my 30-minute lunch already. I've been fasting since 3 a.m., so by this point it's 9. And I did my cardio to the best of my ability, did the sauna. I fell asleep in the sauna because I'm just like so And I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna get a big Rice Krispie. Like, that's what I want. Like, she took like 4, you know, it wasn't a pint, but she took 4 good vial sizes of blood. I'm like, yeah, I totally earned my Rice Krispie. Like, you know, it's gonna take calories to make new blood, and I need, you know, sugar and carbs and all this. I need food to make more blood. But on the way out, I noticed something. They had a basket of apples. And I said, well, it's gonna take me a minute to go into the gas station and buy a Rice Krispie. And it costs me money, which is not something that I don't have any of. If you're a longtime viewer, you know. So I made the conscientious decision to take a Honeycrisp apple instead of buying a Rice Krispie, and I had an apple instead. And I said, you know what, that's a win. That is a win. If you can go from, you know, having that hankering and even just choose the good option, the objectively good option, I should say, you're making steps towards the goal, the right place. So I could have crushed a Rice Krispie, no doubt about it. Would it have hurt me? Probably not. But, you know, I was like, dude, I love apples. Genuinely just love apples and bananas. Always have, hopefully always will. And so I was like, cool, it's free, it's convenient, and it's the better option. So I had an apple with my pre-workout meal. All my meals are closer together today. And so that was awesome. Usually I eat one meal at 6:30, another one at 9:45, and then one at 1. And then I go home, drink my protein, my little scoop of protein at about 4:20-ish, and then start making dinner at about 6, actually having dinner at about 6:30. So I try to eat dinner real nice and slow. You know, it takes a couple extra steps to measure it out because I cook it fresh. So yeah, it's kind of my diet habit and whatnot. So let's do another set real fast. And then we'll elaborate on that just a little bit further. I think there's some good tips in there. Okay. So there's another one of your dieting tips. If you can't help yourself, at least try to pick the better option. Rice Krispie, apple, might be a little bit better off with the apple. So, and tomorrow I get to have, I was thinking about it, I was trying to recollect. Dude, I haven't had pasta in like 2 years. Like no ramen noodles, no spaghetti, no freaking ravioli pillows, nothing. Like 2 years, and I'm like, dude, I love Italian food. And pasta is like a pretty big part of Italian food if, you know what I mean, you know? So it's like, okay. Well, my beautiful wife made some Marry Me chicken about, geez, almost 2.5 years ago. And that was really good. And so I got an Instagram reel, right? Instagram knows that I'm on cut right now, so it's showing me all the normal stuff, or all the good stuff. And so I was like, why don't we take the Marry Me chicken, something we know we like, right? Make Marry Me chicken pasta. And then take it one step further and just choose the better version of all the ingredients, right? Instead of using like a full fat cream cheese, we could use a low fat cream cheese. And instead of like a normal sauce, we could get a protein sauce, a lower calorie sauce, a slightly less fattier sauce, and go all crazy. But now I was thinking, I was like, oh dude, we could get protein noodles. But the thing here is like, I'm down on carbs. And so I don't want to minimize my carb intake by buying protein noodles. So I think we're just gonna get the best, like normal type of noodles we can, because the carbs is what I'm really looking for. I'm not ever worried about getting too much protein in. I'll eat a freaking boiled chicken breast right out the freezer. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say out of the pot. No, I'll eat that cold and half frozen. There was one day where I had to go on a drive at work. And if you're a longtime viewer, you know I hate driving, especially when I'm at work. And I'm a mechanic, believe it or not. So anyways, No microwaves on the road, but I'm like super strict with my meal schedule, because like when you're bulking, you don't want to push too many meals too close together, because then you're not finishing, you're missing out on calories. It's just a bad deal. And so my first meal of the day was 10 egg whites, 3 whole eggs, 80 grams of oats, 30 grams of honey, and 100 grams of raspberries. And I make all my food in one day, and I usually have it lined out for the week. And so these eggs have been sitting in the freezer for like 6 days. And then I pop them out, put them in my lunchbox, and I just kind of like let them thaw in my lunchbox for a little while. So like a couple hours into work, I'm getting ready to drive, and I'm like, oh, time to eat. And I'm with my service manager. We're all driving. We're driving up to this place, about 3 or 4 hours away, to go pick up a handful of cars and drive back. So he's driving, I'm in the passenger seat, because, you know, big guy, you're not sticking me in the back with everybody else, you know, bumping shoulders and whatnot. And so I just stuck my frickin' plastic fork that I brought with it, and you can hear like the fork like cracking and like the eggs like splitting a little bit, and just start macking on them raw, just half frozen, crunch, crunch. There's like egg water running everywhere, and everyone's like looking at me like, dude, what the heck? It's just what it takes, you know? You gotta be tough sometimes. Some frozen eggs. You get to a point when you're bulking, when like food is just food, doesn't matter, it's just something you gotta eat. And then inversely, like when you're on a cut, like every little bit of food is worth its weight in gold. So very, very big extremes on both sides of the scale. Kind of what bodybuilding is, right? Is just, you know, having an extremely little amount of food, or having an extreme ton amount of food. Training really hard, not training really hard, you know, it's like a whole thing. So I'm gonna do my last 2 sets here. We'll get set up on rows, and we'll keep yapping. All right. Well, actually, for you, this is instantaneous, but for me, I still had 2 more sets over there, and I've currently done 2 sets rear delt row, 2 sets lat rows. I had to freaking clock in and show up there for a minute. My mom just got back from Vegas, and she pulled up to the gym so she could go to the tanning salon. I was like, heck yeah. So we had to chit chat and whatnot for a minute, because I haven't seen her in like a week. And me and my mom are the freaking tight. Very blessed to have her in my life. I know, not to get all super sappy or anything, but I don't know, just very thankful my mother is the way she is, and that I get to have her in my life in such a sick connection. So I hope everybody has somebody like my mom in their life. Take some time, hug your loved ones, whatever. So yeah, I'm feeling really ashy today. Nobody tells you when you get into bodybuilding how much lotion you're gonna have to use. Tanning lotion, moisturizing lotion, acne lotion, special soap. I got 3 different soaps that I use. It's hard being pretty, man. I get it. When Rihanna said beauty is pain, for sure. Back to the dichotomy of bodybuilding, it's like, yeah, dude, you're like inside out shredded, but you're so like depleted. Half the time you don't even enjoy it. It's like those 2 to 3 weeks after you do a show, or when your diet's done and your food's coming up, and you're shredded and you're fed and you're pumped and you look sick. Like that's it. Like that's where it's at. I remember when I came back, and I was like awkwardly tan still, and everybody was like, oh my God. When I came back, I felt 10 feet tall. I can't wait to do it again. I'm itching for another show, but as I've really been living by this quote from Jay Cutler, and he was like, these younger bodybuilders feel the need to like rush really hard to do all these things, and they don't ever really take the time to properly grow. So take the extra year, get the nice quality mass, build a very good look, and show up looking, you know, like have something that you're proud to put your name on, rather than just trying to crank out a whole bunch of shows, you know, just gaining 2, 3, 5 pounds of mass at a time. I came on probably about 34 pounds underneath my weight cap, counting the water and the carb up and stuff. At weigh-ins, I was 170. My weight cap was 196. So I'm at 180, and I think with drugs, I'd probably be at about 183, 185, just because of some of the mass preserving effects and the assistance of like losing water or being dry and grainy. So give or take about 10-ish pounds with the carb up, which is good, which is sick. And so that still leaves me like another 12 pounds to grow. You're lucky if you can get that in a year. So I'm just taking the extra year, building the nice good mass, and stepping on stage with something I'm a lot more proud of, and that looks quite a bit sicker. So let's do a set real fast and continue on that thought. Final set of rear delt rows, and then lat pull downs are really the main exercise today. But if you're not rowing on your back day, you're probably just not hitting back very good. And if you're not lat pulling on your other back day, you're just probably not hitting back very good. So okay. All right, new goal, 4 plates and a 25 for 8 quality reps. I always think I have weak rear delts until I do a rear delt exercise. I'm like, oh yeah, we're good. Because it's easier to rear delt row this than it is to lat row this today. Which I was really hoping that Apple was gonna do a bit more for me, but it's not. It's not. I am looking forward to the pasta tomorrow. That is gonna do something for me. Whew. What else was I gonna say? Oh, super awesome thing that happened today. I'll actually pull up his Instagram in between sets here real fast. His name is Full Lifts. He's an online powerlifting coach. He posted a reel and I got first comment on it. And so we got to chat in the comments for a second. Yeah, Full Lifts, FUL.LIFTS. His name's Josh. Dude is freaking awesome. But he started following me on Instagram today. Dude, check out his page. His edits go crazy. So free publicity. Yeah, so we got to start talking and stuff. Followed me back on Instagram. I was like, that's so sick. So just like, I don't know, when stuff like that happens, it's always like a nice positive affirmation that things are going good, you know? So looking forward, maybe a Full Lifts collab within the medium future. I don't want to say near future, but the medium future. I hope he sees my Berserk edit. He has a lot of Berserk edits. He's kind of the inspiration for my last back day Berserk edit. So let's lock in, make him proud. Go hit some lat pull down variations. Probably some rear delt flies. And then be on our way out of here. I want to hit traps really bad. So maybe we'll cut the rear delt flies, do traps. Yeah, I'm thinking 2 different types of lat pull downs, maybe straight bar, and then our narrow grip, straight bar, narrow grip. And then if there's time, maybe we'll hit traps or some sort of like bent over row. Not gonna get my hopes up though. Like I said, that Apple not doing too much for me. So, but refeed, just gotta stay hard for the refeed. It's not even a refeed, it's just a cheat meal, really. But when I'm a binge eater, that's my vice, is I need a lot of it. Whew, okay. Whew. Whew. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. All right, finishing up here. I have consumed 3 sets of straight bar lat pull downs, 2 sets narrow grip lat pull downs, and 1 set of cable driven shrugs, which honestly, not a big fan of. I like the Smith machine much more, but for convenience and time's sake, I've been here for an hour and 10 minutes already. And so I just kind of want to blast through these last ones, maybe make it into the good posing room, get home, get some fish in my tummy. So I'm really banking on tomorrow being my pasta day. Hopefully life's good. Pasta, and then I get to wake up, I get to go to sleep with pasta in my tummy, and then I get to wake up and go to the hot springs. So should all be well, fun, fine, and dandy. Not looking forward to the drive though. I hate long distance driving. Anyways, not gonna complain too much. Whew. Longtime friend of the channel, TC, working in with us today. I hope I have a good trap specific exercise if coach writes me a new workout routine. So I really don't know. I don't know what he's gonna write me. I hope it's vitamins and food mostly. I think that's the 2 biggest things I need. And I think it's because I need somebody to regulate my food so I'm not thinking about it. Then I can focus on a whole bunch of other stuff, because that's like the biggest thing. If somebody else is doing it, well, then I can work on color grading my videos or making more stupid reels. Anyways, and I think I need somebody to tell me to stop spending so much money on vitamins. I probably need 1/6 of the amount I'm taking. I take a lot of vitamins. If you actually go onto my Instagram, I made like a top 5 supplements I take, and you can see the drawer full of supplements. And I mean, fasted in the morning, I think I'm taking like six or 7. And then my first meal of first meal I consume, I take all my like normal dailies, like my vitamin C, D3, K2, some more fish oil and stuff like that. So there's like at least another like 6 to 8 in there. And my pre-workout vitamins honestly aren't too crazy, just some kidney liver, more fish oil, and some calcium. And then I have my nightlies, which there's at least 6 in there too. All different stuff. And I think I just need to have the brakes pumped on that. Probably save a decent amount of money that way too. Okay. You know what it is. Okay. One more of these bad boys, and we have made it to the pose down. And I mean, just from the forearms, we're looking pretty sweet. I need a shave. It's in like 3 or 4 days. I love how our good buddy Ian only shaves specific parts of his body, like just the front of his quads, or like just like most of his arm.
Have you seen him since he shaved his entire
Yes.
back?
Yeah, dude, the back was crazy. Yeah, I was like, he was like, oh, it was just there the whole time. I was like, yeah, I guess, dude. Yeah,
Wild.
yeah, he's got a crazy back. You never know because he looks like a freaking Kodiak grizzly bear with all of his hair. But yeah, no, I can't imagine how many electric razor blades homeboy had to run through. You might have, honestly, it's probably more optimal for him to just lay down on the grass and have somebody run him over with a lawnmower.
That would, yeah. I want to know who shaved his back for.
I think it was his mom, because his mom was like a hardcore bodybuilder. Has he ever shown you pictures of his mom? Ian's mom's body, Jesus, Ian's mom was a fantastic bodybuilder.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, dude. He was showing me pictures of her, just like, I mean, absolutely like inside out peeled. I was like, do you think like your love of bodybuilding like stems from that? And he was like, no, I think it's really just like coincidence. I was like, none at all. He's like, I remember like sometimes when she would like diet down and her skin would get real thin like that. He was like, it was kind of freaky. Like I was kind of scared of her. I was like, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she was like a great bodybuilder. I ran into her. So one, I've never seen a woman that close to Ian before, ever. And so he was at the grocery store and they were looking at like the fruit and like lettuce and stuff. But she was like 3 feet away. And you know, I was coming in to like just say the most upsetting, like vulgar thing ever. And then she was like, oh, Ian, what do you think about these? And I was like, that's gotta be his mom. Super glad I just didn't say what I was gonna say. And then, yeah, he like introduced me to her and we chatted for a bit. So it was crazy. She's really small lady. I'm like, huh.
I loved your video where you being co-host. That was fun.
Yeah, I had a good time. I had a good time with that. That was a lot of fun.
I was eating my fucking oatmeal.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad. I know it's a very morning video-esque thing, so. Yeah, no, he did good. He was, once he came out of his shell a little bit, he was like, I could tell he was like sitting there and he was just like staring at the camera, like, cause it was right over there.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell him something, you know, like, yeah. But no, once you get riffing, it's no little thing.
I like watching your videos. I wish I did it more often, but half the time I'm just scared of seeing myself in them.
I have gotten that from a lot. I just talked to some dude who was like, he's like, oh, dude, like, what do you post on? And like, I told him everything, and he was like, he's like, I want to try to like find myself in your videos, but all at the same time, I don't. And I was like, the way that this camera focuses, you're gonna have a really hard time, like, it's like trying to find yourself. But
One where I was in the thumbnail of that video.
yes, you did make thumbnail. I let YouTube auto pick them,
Oh yeah.
and it just chose you.
I worked into a set of the machine when I was over there,
Yes.
and I was watching that fucking clip, and I was sitting there. Did my nose really that fucking big?
It's kind of awful. I don't watch any of my videos for that reason. All right, folks. That's enough lollygagging. Let's go rip our clothes off. Okay, hot off our lousy set of trap shrugs, I guess is what you would call them. Cable-driven trap shrugs. In a slightly different, little bit more lit spot. So hopefully some detail really jumps out. And let's see how this went. Dope Halo shirt that everybody seems to love. I think we're a little bit more pumped than we think we are, but again, you have those days where you look pumped and you don't feel it, and then you have those days where you feel it and you don't look it. So all in all, oh yeah, dude, the lighting over here, much better. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Oh yeah, dude, this is the spot. Let's see. So for the Arnold, the back leg is in front, bend in the leg, and freaking. Oh, I don't know why every time I turn around to do a back thing, it auto dims darker. So, I mean, we can even just, let's try, oh, is that full zoom? There's full zoom. See, what is that about? Oh yeah, dude, look at that lat. Oh my goodness. You. Dude, what is that? Freaking knock it off. My Respire underwear. Okay. Let's try to hit a weird angled lat spread. Come on, man. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let's put tracking right there. Oh, frick, dude. Black point. I wonder if I can turn that off. Hey, all my camera guys, how do I fix that? Please, I'm not that smart. So, backlight portrait is what it just said. Okay, weird. Anyways, looking sweet. Let's boom. Let's lose some zoom. Back it up. Okay, that might work. Dude. All right, let's do it up front. Okay. Well, I think that that speaks for itself. I'm gonna try to not crash out over that. So, you guys stay tough. I mean, frick, dude. That's pretty dope, honestly. Let's get hyped for the Arnold. Stay tough. Hit your macros. Imported video. Subscribe. Please consider sharing. I love you. Thank you guys for 700. See you for the next one.